friends, welcome back to Cooking with DeeDee. I know it's been a minute since you've seen one of these greetings, but today is a special day. I'm going to share with you a recipe that I created for fried pork chops. And I know pork is not good for you. So for my friends who don't eat pork, I apologize. Just go on and skip this video for today, okay? And for the rest of you, just know that I don't eat it on a regular basis. But today I was feeling a little nostalgia, missing my auntie. And fried pork chops has a special meaning and connection to my heart. When I was little, I lived in California. We came to Texas as a visit, my single mom and my twin brother and I. And my mom didn't have any money to get back to California. We drove this old 1970 Maverick. So my aunt gave my mom gas money, but we didn't have money for food. And my aunt, her name is Ruby, rest her soul, rest in peace, Aunt Ruby. She fried us some delicious fried pork chops, and I never ever forgot that flavor. And that's why I love pork chops so much. So today's video is in honor of my late auntie, Aunt Ruby, all right? I hope you enjoy it. You will not see the whole process. I fried about 3 of them. I gave 1 to the dog, and then I nibbled off 2. So you'll see me do 1 of them. And for the record, my grocery store didn't do a thin cut. I prefer a thin cut pork chop. With the bone in it, they had a thicker cut. So you'll see me fry it, but what you won't see is when I'm done, I placed it in the oven to make sure it's done. Because with pork, my mom always said to make sure that it's cooked thoroughly, to make sure any things that are unhealthy, other than it being pork, are fried and killed. All right, I hope you enjoy this video. Please, I don't say this often because I feel like I'm begging, but I'm gonna beg you. Yes, I'm begging. Please don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe. It costs nothing just to share your love with YouTube creators, social media creators. Just by hitting like and subscribe, that does a lot. And for me, it not only affirms my effort of sharing my love for cooking with my family, but it might also help me eventually help pay some of these dorm fees that I have for my youngest child. All right, that's a lot. I'm done talking. Peace, and let's get started cooking. All right, welcome friends. We want to start with some clean pork chops. I used 3 today. You want to season each side. You can check the description for the measurements. I always use a generic measurement for the average person, and but just know I do go back and season more for my own personal taste. So you want to season each side of your pork chops, and then sprinkle on Worcestershire sauce. I love that sauce. If you don't like it, leave it out. As always, tweak my recipes to make it your own. You want to pour some full fat buttermilk on your pork chops once you've seasoned each side. Add your eggs. Take a utensil. I'm using a fork because I guess I'm being a little lazy and I won't go get a spoon, but I'm mixing the egg in really well with the buttermilk and seasoning. Put a lid on it, shake it a little bit, and I forgot to add thyme. So I'm sprinkling a little thyme and some Old Bay hot sauce. It's not too hot, it's just right, just a little bit. You want to saturate your meat really well, make sure they're coated well. It's looking good, each side. And I'm putting in a pinch of flour so that the seasoning and this batter can really sit in well with my meat. Then I'm going to cover it and marinate it in the refrigerator for 6 hours. Now I'm going to season my flour, and whoops, my family does not like all that cayenne pepper. So I'm scooping a little bit out. So always season your flour, that way you have a dynamic flavor on your pork chops, because there's more to Southern food than just a little salt and pepper on your meat. So I like my batter seasoned, and I like the flour seasoned. All right, I'm coating each side of the pork chop, and no, I'm not going to waste your time and show you all 3 pork chops. I'm just going to share one with you so you can go on and get started with cooking. It's evenly coated. You want to shake off some of the excess flour just a little bit. Now, some people will go on and fry it with 1 coating. I did go back and double batter mine because I like it thick. I'm testing the temperature of my grease. You see the flour is sizzled and it's ready. And with pork You have to be very careful and make sure your meat is well done. And I don't know why I did not grab my cast iron skillet, because as you can see, it's a little darker on one side. That's because this skillet does not heat very well. Hopefully, someone in my family will gift me with the deep fryer, and then I don't have to use the skillet frying. But I fried each side of my pork chops about 4 minutes on each side, so about 8 to 9 minutes total. And I like mine fried very hard to make sure that that pork is cooked well. I said I wouldn't show you all of them, but here's another pork chop that I'm letting cook, and it smells so good. I love the smell of fried pork chops. And for those who don't eat pork, I'm sorry. I eat pork chops maybe 3 times out the year because no one else in my family eats it but me. That's what I like, a nice golden brown pork chop. Like I said, it would be a little lighter if I had a deep fryer and it's all fried in one sitting. If you have a deep fryer, go on and fry your whole pork chop for about 7 minutes, and I think it'll be done on both sides. And this is what it looks like. Yummy. You didn't see it, but I did put my pork chops in the oven to make sure they were cooked thoroughly on the inside. So I put in the oven for about 15 minutes. See, that's too pink. So all of these pork chops went in the oven, and yummy. I hope you enjoyed. Peace. And don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe.